Joining me now, Steve Forbes, Forbes Media chairman. He's also the co-author of a new book, Inflation, What It Is, Why It's Bad, and How to Fix It, set to be released on April 19th. Steve, so good to see you.
Good to be here.
I want you to listen to another piece of sound from President Biden, what he said this morning about this liquefied natural gas deal with Europe. Take a listen to this.
I know that eliminating Russian gas will have costs for Europe, but it's not only the right thing to do from a moral standpoint, it's going to put us on a much stronger strategic footing.
Steve, is this an admission from Biden Incorporated that natural gas and oil and fossil fuels, that energy dominance, as we know, is security? It means financial strength and geopolitical heft on the world stage. Is it an admission? Did he really know what he was saying?
The answer is no, because then later they said the opposite about having more renewables. And they don't need a task force, the EU and the United States, to know what to do on energy. One, here in this country, do what the Germans are doing. And how about doing ahead on liquefied natural gas terminals? Fast track those things. Remove the barriers on oil and gas production in this country. In Europe, Britain should allow fracking again, which they banned. Mineral rights. In Europe, you can't own minerals, so you don't get the kind of wildcatting we get in this country, which increases oil and gas production. And how about an escrow account for the Russians? They say to the Russians, we'll buy the oil, but the money goes into a special escrow account, which we did with the Iranians. And if Putin wants to shut down the oil fields, cause massive unemployment, go ahead. But this way, they can pump the gas. They know the money's there when they start pulling out of Ukraine.
And Biden and the European nations haven't done anything to truly cut off. We have embargoed oil imports into the United States from Russia, but roughly half of oil is still flowing out of Russia from its previous export levels. The only reason that it's really been cut off in any way is because of self-sanctioning by, say, refiners. So with any nation buying Russian oil and natural gas, you are funding Putin's murder of Ukrainians. And this is still going on.
Well, that's right. And that's why we should do what we did with the Iranians, set up a separate account. You want to buy the gas, fine. If they want to shut the fields down, they're never going to get the money. This way they know the money is there when they do different things in Ukraine. And by golly, there are beginning to be rumbles that things are starting to happen in Russia. We could be on the cusp of a revolution because they're beginning to realize this thing is an unmitigated disaster. And they know that being cut off from the West is not the way to go. They don't want to be a vassal, and the population is starting to rumble. The truth is getting through.
What are you hearing on that, Steve?
That even the foreign minister, even the toady who used to be president of Russia, are beginning to make little signals that they are very worried about what is happening. Things are spinning out of control. You're already having a slow motion mutiny in the Russian army in parts of Ukraine, not rising up as they do in the movies, but not obeying orders, surrendering quickly, and little things like that. They're starting to accumulate, which is why the Russians are now making noises. Hey, we may cut back our ambitions in Western Ukraine and concentrate in Eastern Ukraine. They know they have a disaster, and they also know from their history, when these things go south, it not just affects the country they hit, like the Russo-Japanese War in 1904-1905, it also has repercussions at home. They could be in a revolutionary situation, and the Kremlin's beginning to realize. Putin may not. I think even he does, which is why they're making noises about using weapons of mass destruction. And it's not enough to say, oh, you'll suffer if you do it. What should be done, Dagan, we know who the commanders are in Russia, and we know how they make decisions on using weapons of mass destruction. Name those commanders and say, if you participate in weapons of mass destruction, we know who you are. It won't just be Putin that's going on the dock. You will, too. That's how you sow real second doubts among the military where this thing is headed.
Steve, in terms of regaining our strength on the world stage, and I'm talking about our dominance in oil and natural gas, in fossil fuels. And as Larry Kudlow would say, we've got the cleanest natural gas in the world, and also nuclear.
And the Russians are dirty.
But
Russian gas.
And yeah, just that. But you know, the leadership dirty in myriad ways. So, do you think that that Biden and company are waking up to, that they set the stage with, when you do things policy-wise that send energy prices higher, that you set the stage for this kind of war, that you are empowering, emboldening, and enriching somebody like Vladimir Putin. Because I will note that at FERC, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, the Journal editorial board wrote about this today, that they had to reverse, and we reported it here yesterday, they hit a pause on these new greenhouse gas analysis that it was requiring for pipelines and export projects. So clearly that FERC decision went maybe in hand with what Biden was doing overseas today, but this is a step in the right direction. But if it's just a pause, maybe it needs to be made permanent. Is this a positive sign?
It's a positive sign, but it's also sadly a pause. The Biden administration's been behind in terms of responding to what's happening in Ukraine. Always one step behind. As he used to say, a day late and a dollar short, instead of being leading on this thing. And so what I think they're sort of hoping is, by golly, we can get this Ukrainian thing out of the way, and then we can go back to creating a socialist green paradise here in the United States. So what's going to happen, though, is, as you saw with FERC, with the elections, they're going to go against the Democrats, and I think public opinion is going to finally weigh in with the administration. If you don't reverse this, Congress is going to do it for you, and they'll have the votes to override a presidential veto, because a lot of Democrats are realizing this is not a vote getter to knock down the United States. Because
inflation, people blame the man in charge, and they blame. So before we go, inflation, you got a book coming out. Is the Federal Reserve doing enough to check it? They're aggressive, and there's going to be pain, but in the long run, it's healthy.
Well, the Federal Reserve knows they have to fight inflation. Problem is, they're like doctors in days of old who used to bleed patients. They don't know how to do it. The only way they think that you do it is by creating hard times, by creating unemployment, by creating a recession. They think prosperity causes inflation. No, undermining the value of the dollar causes inflation, so we allow it in this book. So when you have a doctor who doesn't know what he's doing, you're going to get economic malpractice. That's the danger with the Federal Reserve. That's why I worry about what happens not just this year. Maybe the nominal rates of inflation may go down, but in 2023, if these clowns keep doing it, we're going to have other economic problems as well.
Steve, I can't wait to read the book.
Thank you.
I kind of sort of know what's in it, but I'm still. Steve Forbes, thank you, sir. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Dagan.
Love you much.